Good evening, good evening. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to Underrated Dark. That's my channel. The one and only, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secret on YouTube. The best of the business. We go show some love to the black man tonight. Go show some love to the black man tonight. Title is Black Man Today. Black people today don't respect the black man in the past. I was blank. Oh, yeah, They don't. We don't. Some of us don't. Go and explain that too. Let me read this first before I start this intro. Read this first. Glad some people come in. All right. Read this out. Read this out. Read this out. Read this out. Come enjoy a real conversation with the number one grinder. Us as the righteous ones individually. Let's make a change within ourselves and generally be there for each other. We all we got. Yes. We all we got. Yep, we all we got. We all we got. Yep. Sheila, welcome back, sweetie. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Like I said, title tonight, Black people today don't respect the black man in the past. I will explain. After this intro.
Sometimes people don't know how much hard work you put in. But when it comes time to battle, you must think about each and every day that you put that hard work in.
What happened? Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Jamboree. What's good? We got to do something very soon, brother. We got to do something very soon. Welcome to my channel, Honorary Doctors. I did a live earlier with Brother Shango. Also, I did a live even before that. So this is the third one. I don't know. Maybe I do a late one tonight. Maybe 4 hours. It depends how I feel. I might squeeze out. I might squeeze out a fourth one, a late one. If you promise y'all gonna come to the panel, but basically, I don't know. It depends. But welcome, y'all. Welcome. The title is "Black People Today Don't Respect the Black Man in the Past." I will explain. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna give at least about 2 minutes. People come in because I know this is Friday. I know people want to rest and I ain't gonna say go out because COVID's still out there, but so I'm not gonna try to be that long, and everything else. But oh yeah, the ones to the Judge Marie, I want you to send your condolences to Sheila. She lost her brother a few days ago. So y'all, I'll be saying it out often. She lost her brother. So send your condolences to her, please. And also, I lost my second oldest brother last Wednesday morning. So so be like that. The last live we did before then with Brother Shango, I dedicate that live to Sheila late brother. Rest in peace and stuff. So that's some right thing to do, So we dedicated the last live to her late brother. Feels appropriate thing to do. I'm not gonna say the name. The only way you're gonna know the name, y'all, y'all gotta go back and watch it. So shout out to you, and then sorry for the loss. So we sorry for the loss and everything. So that's hard, man. Don't wish this to nobody, man. I don't. I really don't. It's not to play with, man. So, but we're gonna get this to it. Again, we said the title. Black people today don't respect the black man in the past. I will explain. Now, why I create this before I created, I did created it, but I never put it down. Thank you, the Judge Emery. Is this that the black man in the past has laid the foundation? We have built things against our will. That actually black men have fought back against slavery and perished. The black man in the past was there for the family and got sold out. The black man had been raped by a white man and white women that until this day has not been talked about. The black man in all course had gotten out of what's good. The black man has stepped up in an impossible task, stand up and stay there. And even still some black men these days still don't respect the black man in the past. We don't respect the black men in the past. The black man back then, we fought all wars against our will. Come back to a country that never loved them. Till this day, the world don't love this country and the rest of the world don't love the black man. Majority. But the black man still get grief and grief and grief. Black people today, they find every little thing to talk about the black man. Even there are some brothers. Now, there's nothing wrong to critique. Yes, agreed. Agreed. Brother Nollywood, yeah. I remember brother, shout out to brother BMT. And then he was talking about this. I said about maybe 2 nights ago. And he said, being in this country is a thankless job. It is. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. No. They even black men in the past that even did wrong, that transformed themselves, hardly got no resource, but they made it through, right? They put their kids through school, still don't get credit in the family. Kids get into trouble, other kids into trouble. Black men step up and take care of other kids. Still don't get no respect. Shout out to you, Joy. Do we still got the crew, to still work on ourselves? Yeah. The black man have been blamed for crimes that he have not committed, and it's been a stigma that stands with them until now. But the black people in right now still don't respect the black man in the past. White women had raped me. Any nationality raped me back then. He raped me. There are some black men even right now be in jail for nothing. Still don't get the credit. They slap him in. Oh, we really got something from you. But our people, we don't respect that. We don't. But we gonna respect these black men from yesterday tonight. Y'all gonna talk some light to the black men in the past tonight. You know, animate. I can't believe you must not. Anybody on? Now let me stop. I just messing with you. Thanks for coming, beautiful animated. Thank you. I might do a late one tonight too. My family. So watch out for that. If I do, I'm looking for people to get on the panel. I'm not begging. I'm letting you know right now. Might be 11:30, 12:30, something like that. 11 o'clock, something like that. If I feel up to it, depends. Black men build buildings, build cities, build bridges against it, build tracks against it, and still don't get the credit. I know some women, I'm not talking about the women in the chat. I know someone don't like hearing that, but hey, even there are some black women in the past. Oh, you the son, you the father, you this and that. Get locked up. 30, 40 years. Come out. Look what happened. Sheila Rose. Now I'm gonna bring up a story about what is it, Brian? I said it was in my intro. Brian Banks. This is recent. He had played high school ball, a star. Black woman said, "Oh, he raped me." Kind of finally never touched her. And the school right behind it. Stayed 6 years. Got out. Tried for the NFL. All along, she said, "Well, I took money and stuff like that." Did 6 years for nothing, and they knew that was a lie. But they kept. So picture the black man back then. I stole some money. I still did. He stole some money. Come to find out, he stole nothing. There's a little kid got blamed for something. We ain't talking about the one in the one in 1955. But there's a young boy like about 40 years, I think 25, 30, 25, 30 before that, talking about that he took some. Come to find that he never took anything, but they still execute him. He was only 14 years old, and then almost 75 years later, they said they recognized he didn't do it. But again, black people right now don't respect the black man. Other than the past, and it's sick. And you know what? It is sick to my stomach. There are even some brothers that disrespect brothers. They say, don't tell these toxic women, don't be around these brothers. They no good in this country. They no good right here. They no good. But it wasn't for the black man in the past. How do you think we would be right now? And hey, we still to pray anyway. Right now, we still to pray. Oh, you making it up? You making it up? No one grind. No, 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 no. We still to pray. But picture the impossible times of the black man then. Yes, Emmett Till, right? But his last name was Stedney. There was a case like 30, 40 years even before that. Make sure you hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button and share this out. If you new, hit the bell. Make sure that can I say subscribe? Can I say that word? Hit that and hit. Make sure you build. Okay. Yeah, she lied. You know what? There's some women have spoke up on that throughout the years, and the ones that they appreciate, but it wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of women. You know what they said? This one woman said, "You never know. Maybe Emmett Till did that." What? Right there, you go. There, George Sydney. There you go. Yeah, it gets to me too, bro. Only 14 years old. Stay in court. He had to stand on Bibles. George Sydney. Cat PY2 in the building. Thanks for coming, bro. That's the day one right there, man. Day one fam right there. There's a man right there. Serve our country. The veteran right there. Brother Cat PY2. Still, he don't get no respect. At fight for this country and being a black man. But we gonna salute you right here, Cap. God, people say you should forget about the black man in the past. No! If you want to forget them, that's you. But some of them are uneducated, but they only know just to serve and provide. But they have feelings too. And they shrug it off and keep it pushing. But we don't want to respect them. We call them garbage. We call them, they none but history. They ancient. They ain't nothing. You got the late great Jesse Owens. The only time he make money, he had to race horses, run. Almost 30 years later, gave him a Lifetime Award in New York. This back in the 50s, family. He almost single-handedly in 1932 had crushed the German race. There's another brother came in second name McCaff. I did a story about him like years ago on my channel. I gotta pull it up. But he went on. He suffered too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get back to Jesse Owens, but McCaff, I believe in '71 he was a co-creator of the Black Congress. Yeah, he co-created that. I believe with the late great Shirley Chisholm. But get back to Jesse Owens. Back in the 50s, Danes was progressing, but not all that much. But this is his award now. And he had white friends. Nitty G, what's good? What's good, homie? Thanks for coming. They had him go through the side door, y'all. Now, at the time, Jesse Owens refused to know what's going on, and then he got heat back in the the 60s and stuff. Why they acting this way? They should be grateful, what they have in here. But what happened was he had to change of mind back in the 1970s. He wrote the book. He said he was wrong. He understood. At least he understood that. But 20 years before, he had to go to the side door. But he brought golds back. But when he come back, he wasn't respected as a man. Just as the late great Joe Louis and others. Willie Mays, when he first came in Major League Baseball, I think he was in service for 3 years of his prime. Yeah, right, Cap PY2. And I really believe that if for 3 years, 3 years. Now Willie Mays came back and still have an outstanding career after that. But ain't what telling if he stayed 3 years, he probably be up there in the home runs. He's a well-rounded baseball player too. And even Hank Aaron, the late great Hank Aaron too. Everybody say Hank Aaron, he was just hit home run, but he was fundamentally sound. Run balls down, catching everything, wasn't spataz and everything, throw people around and everything. But again, Our people don't respect people like that. The black man in the past. Yeah. Then I want to meet them. And the sad thing, go back when Nollywood, the Democrat they had Lamar Matrell. How you doing? That was the Democratic Party. And Roosevelt, as you know, Nollywood is from New York. Check that out. Progressive. Yeah, Roosevelt from New York. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yes. Yep. I believe that he did 3 terms. I think he did 3 terms. I think he got 4 terms, something like that. But talk more what Brother Nollywood was saying. He didn't want to meet. Just as like the ones that fought World War I, World War II, the Harlem Hellfighters, they ain't getting no respect either. They still not even talk about when we talking about World War, the wars in this country. They should. They not being we don't respect the black man back then. And those was impossible times there. Impossible conditions. See, Cap PY too, because he a veteran. So he know a little history. He been there. So. Then we get about World War II. My late father was in that war, World War II. He was a chef and a soldier. He had his 2 fingers blown off. He said he came back to the country act like he wasn't even there. But the black people today don't respect him. You got Paul Robeson, the late great Paul Robeson. One of the greats. Very outspoken for our people. And I'm telling you, he was athletically crazy great. He was excellent in basketball, baseball, and football. They said of any sport, he could have been great at it. The late, great Paul Robeson. But we talk about athletes and philosophists and scholars and stuff. We never bring up Paul Robeson. This country created like the red book that's talking about who was against this country, like communists, and they had late Lena Horne and Harry Belafonte and others. Paul Robeson. Yes. I didn't forget about that. Even the ones back in the days, yes. Glad you did. Because I was getting touched on that. Those was a very impossible time. Those back in slavery. Island Crooks, what's good? Come on, y'all. The ones came in just now. Hit the like button and share this out. Hit the like button and share it out. Yeah. Then you got the ones in the past that are activists that gave their life to this country and still don't get the credit. Recently, Malcolm X, the late great Malcolm X, I'm sorry, Muhammad Ali Shabazz, and the late great Martin Luther King. That's within 60 years ago. Buffalo Soldiers too. We don't talk about them. We don't. But this, we're talking the majority of black people shit on the black man. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to curse. Don't respect the black man. And the late great Bob Marley made a song about Buffalo Soldiers. Yes. You know? Yes. Stokely Carmichael. Not being respected. When he went to, we moved to Africa, when he got his African, he was much more respected in Africa than in this country. The late great Stokely Carmichael. Fred Hampton. Another one. Black people don't respect the black man. The one and only Big Duke in the building. I want you to go check him out. Make sure you hit that button, hit that bell for him, and go ahead and check him out. Okay, I said the S word. Go and check him out. He talked about fitness and nutrition. He been doing this for a long time, and he got things that we could train ourselves mentally, always physically and emotionally and all that. I want you to go to him, please. Very important. He said we want to support black men. We gotta support black men. So I want you to go, please. Do yourself a favor, right? People want to talk about soccer all day. Oh, look at this and that. Look at Messi, all that. But y'all ain't talk about Pele. Anytime, my brother. Y'all ain't talking about Pele. Won consecutive goals in Brazil, World Championships. Yes, Dilmar Vesey, yes. I remember he played the New York Cosmos back then, the old Major League Soccer. My goodness, man, we was winning. Man, we New York at that time, man. Cosmos was no joke. We was winning games. We was even beating like World Cup teams. Pele. Yeah, Grinda know his sports now. I know a little something. Trust and believe. The late great Muhammad Ali. Now people gonna say, "Oh, they respect Muhammad." No, they don't. Not our people. No, they want to talk about. Oh, what about Floyd Mayweather? Get out of here with that. Don't talk about marvelous Marvin Hagler, but the people want to bring up. What about Alvarez? Man, get out of here with that. We even had great black men that was running track and made a very impact, a global impact. We don't respect them. I think his first name is Rayford. His first name is Rayford. Played the 60 games, 60 Olympic games. I think it was the Tapalon, something like that. Great man. Bad. Don't put no respect in this thing. Then the brothers in 68 Olympics, track and field. John Carlos. Yeah, God, well, yeah, you want to go like 2 decades. I'm trying to go back, but we can mention him, right? We can mention him, but I'm talking about the black man in the past. The two brothers that stand up for black people came to God. Peace to you, brother. You finally made it here. No, that was my heroes. 68 Olympic Games, Mexico City, Mexico. Yup, 1968. No, somebody had texted me. I just want to see what it is, and we're gonna get back doing this. And matter of fact, let me. I might forget. On the '68 Olympics, George Foreman was in it. Was in that. He won a gold too in the '68 Olympics in boxing too. I forgot to let you know that. Yeah, George Foreman, Big George. Yeah, beat the Russian up real bad, blowing him up. Go in the archives. Tell you, go in the archives. You know, y'all find out. I know what I'm talking about. '68 Olympics. George Foreman, Big George, blowing him up. '68 Olympics. Boxing. Well, those are my heroes. You know, John Carlos, Tommy Smith. They mean so much to me, y'all. When I see them, they give me inspiration to stand up against oppression. And they still living too. They don't get the credit. They family members left them alone. I think one of them back in the days had committed, their wives committed suicide. America has not did them right. No? Yeah, every time they want when we talk about the black man in the past, oh, we gotta talk about the brown people. No, we ain't talking about no brown people. We're gonna talk about black man, all right? Every time we want to celebrate the black man, we gotta celebrate the brown man. No, we celebrate the black man. And you want to get technical, the brown man came from the origin of Africa. All right? So that means they black. But they don't want to say that.
If she was only protected from heartburn,
sorry, bro.
There's a gap in her coverage. Close the gap.
Don't know why it popped up like that.
If she was only protected from
Sorry about that. And then if y'all want to name some, they do Richard Wright, yes. W.C. Handy, a musician, very ahead of his time. Composed a lot. Duke Ellington, he composed over 2,000 songs in his career. Hank Aaron, yes. Um, Louis Armstrong, they said one of the best trumpets ever in jazz, but in music. Adam Clayton Powell. Adam Clayton Powell, as you know, that's from New York, came to God and God in Hollywood. He's the first. They saying that he's the first congressperson that passed over 100 different bills. One of the few been in every committee had passed bill for us as a people. So we can benefit. Very instrumental to push the black movement into civil rights. Black nationalists. Very important time. The late great Adam Clayton Powell. George Washington Carver. The same Adam Clayton Powell, they said he had too much power. They took his seniority away. Right? This back in the mid-60s. In 68, he ran on a special election and won the seat back, but he ain't had no power. So he ended up dying of cancer in 1972, and they spread the ashes out through Bahamas and stuff. And later on, the man that blamed him and stuff like that, they ended up getting in trouble, and I believe they got thrown out of Congress. That's bad. Now we talking like I'm just giving y'all a little history here. Back in the mid-70s, they ended up getting in trouble till they get thrown out. No. Yeah, George Washington Carver, he patented like over 100 different things that deal with peanuts. Booker T. Washington, another one. Hey. You got Melvin Van Peebles. Say who? No, he didn't die. No, I'm sorry. No, he's still living. Langston Hughes, yes. Langston Hughes, one of the best writers ever. Not getting credit. He passed away in 67 too. He was 67. He was going on 67 or 67. He was born in 1900. One of the best writers ever. Don't get the credit deserved. James Baldwin. He was gay, but he stuck up for our people. One of the best authors ever. Was very, very, very instrumental to also, in his own way, push the black nationalists. And in certain parts of the 60s, that worked very closely with the late, great Mark E. Shabazz. Yeah. Got the music, you got Ray Charles, you got Lester Young. Thurgood Marshall, right. First black Supreme Court justice. That's the same Thurgood Marshall fought I think about 16, 17 years before that, Brown versus yeah. NAACP he was challenging the Constitution back in the 50s. Thurgood Marshall did a whole lot. He wrote a lot of articles for us as people too, in his quiet way. The late great Thurgood Marshall, first black Supreme Court justice, back in 1967. Yeah, back in 1967. Great one. Sammy Davis Jr., yeah. Very, very talented. Ahead of his time. People don't know. I know people heard about the Rat Pack, right? It was 3 of them. It was the late great Frank Sinatra. Well, I ain't gonna say D. Martin. D. Martin was a smoking, getting drinking, but he was telling his own. When he passed away in '77, then you got Sammy Davis Jr. They ran the industry back in the '50s. The Rat Pack, three of them. I think it was the fourth. I'm not sure, but I know it's the late great Frank Sinatra, D. Martin, and the late great Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. could do everything. He could play almost every instrument, could sing, could write, could dance, all that. Very, very, very talented. I think he passed away in 1990. I think of cancer. And Red Fox passed away the year after 1991. Red Fox was great before he joined San Francisco in '72. He was a great underground comic. Had albums too. Yeah, Red Fox was doing it for almost 30 years before he went to San Francisco. Still don't get the credit. Don't get the credit. You got Flip Wilson. Got to put some respect in his name. Also, Richard Pryor. Yes, I agree. Alan Crooks. Yeah. I'm telling y'all. Black people today, put some respect in the black man in the past. Red Fox, yes. So black men, let's understand this here. We got people we could look up to. Don't look up these fools that always want to talk against black men. You black. And let me tell your dumb black man this. When you talk about another black man, you know you talk about yourself. You even talking about the ones that made a contribution. So you need to think before you talk things, before you say things. Because you sound very, very stupid. And at the same time, you don't want to pay homage of the black man even around the world. You sound stupid. And then you got Willie Rochester. He was a comic, but everybody thought, oh, you look at him, he played dumb, he act all stupid and all of that. But that's all the roles they play. He paid the way too. Willie Rochester, I forgot his last name, but it was Rochester. The old comics like in the early 1900s and all that couldn't even get a job. They had to act, do things. And I know they thought they didn't want to do it, but they had to make some money. But they paid the way. And we don't give them credit. Black people that don't give them credit. But we're going to give them credit right here. A.G. Gaston. That's another one. A.G. Gaston, he owned like funeral homes, funeral pots, and all of that, and making money off that. Also, when the civil rights movement was going on, A.G. Gaston, he was giving them money. Also, Petty Green, right, and also A.G. Gaston. Also, he worked with seven presidents. Look him up. A.G. Gaston. He passed away big 96 too. Did a lot for our people. Man, he worth millions of dollars. He even built like hotels like for black players or people working who do political work. They stay in there through the South. Okay, Joy. And we gonna stick to black men, that the ones that the famous and not so famous. So the one and not so famous, we gotta pay homage to them too. We gotta pay homage to them. We gotta pay the homage. If you see my thumbnail, you see the ones that I took a thumbnail in slavery. We gotta pay homage to them because it wasn't for them. The black men we were mentioned, it wouldn't be nothing. They broke it, crack it, and then the other ones open it. So we gotta give them credit. The black men in the past, we patent so much stuff, it's crazy, and we still don't get the credit that we deserve. The black people, us as a people, we don't get the credit. We don't give them credit for that. Do you know the first black NBA player back in the day is Sweetwater Clifton? Sweetwater Clifton played with the Knicks back in 1950. Sweetwater Clifton, the late great Sweetwater Clifton. And there's a team named the New York Rens. They won the national championship back in 1939. They beat everybody else. They won the world national championship. They fill out an application to see if they could join the NBA. They turned it down because they was beating everybody. I think their record was like 200 something, like 60 something like that. We even got coaches right now, black coaches way back then was creating stuff. Even in hockey, in Nova Scotia, in Canada. Do you know Nova Scotia, Canada? We create hockey. Look it up. Blackman. Matter of fact, ESPN did a story like a long time ago. I think it says White Knight or Black Knight, it's something like that. And it was I think the narrator was that what's his name? His last name is Jackson. Oh man, what his name? Man, he's great already. What his name? Oh my god, what his first name? But he was a narrator. Ozzie Davis, yeah, he was a narrator, and the white guy says, you know, why they don't put black people in the Hall of Fame, National Hockey Hall of Fame? He said they don't want to, they don't want to let people know that. Ozzie Davis, another one. Charlie Parker. He died like he was in his 30s. He was on drugs real bad. But he passed away in 1955. They say he created bebop. The late, great Charlie Parker. They even named clubs on him. Birdland. The late, great Charlie Parker. He was ahead of his time. But people in jazz don't talk about it. John Coltrane, another one. Very spiritual. Another one of the best drummers ever, Art Blakey. And Art Blakey. Jack Johnson, yes. Mr. Only the Wise, what's good? Thanks for coming. See you in a while. Art Blakey. And Art Blakey and the Messengers, they was together like in like almost 30 years. Mr. Silver, one of the best pianists ever in jazz. I forgot his first name, but I know his last name is Silver. We look it up. Great man. Great. Don't get the credit deserved. Us as black people, we don't. Y'all can go name some more because I'm not gonna be here long. Arthur Ashe. He had an okay career, but his main thing was he was an activist. Talk up how people in South Africa treat us. He is fighting to get the sanctions off for years. He wanted Wilmington back, I think, in 75. Another name, the late great Calvin Pete. He won the PG. He won on the golf championship, PGA. And let me tell you about the late great Calvin Pete. They would not let him to change his clothes in the country house. He had to change his clothes underneath a tree and still won the PGA. Bad man, right? The late great Calvin Pete. You got to be great doing that. And at that time, in golf at that time, they was not good to a black man. And I'm gonna tell you one thing: you need to watch Joe Lewis. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. You need to watch HBO Joe Lewis. You need to watch that thoroughly because Joe Lewis did something in golf that's very unheard of, that is not being talked about, but it needs to be talked about. He qualified. He was the first black man qualified of the golf, of the PGA. He's the first black man ever qualified. That was big back then, and he don't get the credit deserved. Bill Russell, first black coach. No, he was a player coach. Frederick Coach was the first black man. No, I thought it was Matthew Henson. Matthew Henson was a black man. I thought it was Matthew Henson that was no. Okay, but I thought it was Matthew Henson, the late great Matthew Henson. But yeah, he was the first. No, I'll tell you right now, Joe. He was the first player coach won the championship. The great Bill Russell back in '69. Now, the first black coach that ever win, they say it was Casey Jones. No, it was Al Adlitz. He played in the ABA. He used to play in the ABA, but back then he was on the same team of the Philadelphia 76ers when the late great Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. He was on that team. He was on that team that Wilt scored 100 points at Hershey, Pennsylvania back in 1962. The late, great Wilt Chamberlain. First, he led the league in assists in 68. 8-point-something assists a game. The late, great Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. Man, he got so much records. This is crazy. Offense and defense. They said against Detroit Pistons, he blocked 22 block shots. He blocked 22. This is his twilight career. 22 block shots. The late great Will Chamberlain. We don't put. But get back to Allen Atlas. He won the championship, NBA championship. I forgot who they beat. But they were he coached Golden State Warriors, Allen Atlas. And you know who was the rookie? Robert Parrish. Robert Parrish was a rookie when he won. He was on the bench. And you know, Rob Parrish got traded to the Celtics. You know, he did after he had an outstanding career. One of the players they don't get credit is due. He played a lot of games though. He up in the NBA, played a lot of games, man. Yeah. Robert Parrish, he played 21 years. The late great Robert Parrish, the chief. Do it both ends. So smooth. Don't get the credit deserved either. Then I think Casey Jones, he passed away, the great Celtic coach, but he played on the same college team that went back-to-back titles in 1955, 1956. The same San Francisco Dons with Bill Russell, Casey Jones. Yeah. The late great Casey Jones. He was the second black coach that won the championship too. Casey Jones. First, second black coach. He was great in his own way, too. Sasha Page, yeah. Sasha, bro, them great players in Negro leagues. You know, the years they used to play against the Major League, they said most of the time they was winning the All-Star games. It's beating hell. Josh Gibson, another player. He never get a chance to go in the major leagues because he was depressed and everything. But they say in his career in the Negro Leagues, he hit over 800 home runs, man. They say he had a cannon. But the drinking, the drugs caught up to him, and it cost his life back in 1948, man. He never really get a chance to fulfill his dream. They say that they snuck him in Yankee Stadium. I forgot. I think it was in the 30s. They say he hit the balls out of Yankee Stadium. I'm talking about the old Yankee Stadium. Hitting it out. The late, great Josh Gibson. Catcher. No? Got Willie McCovey. The late great Willie McCovey played them teams back in San Francisco. You know, great player, man. Could hit over 500 some home runs in his career. Hall of Famer too. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate that. Bob Gibson. Played them great St. Louis Cardinal teams back in the late 60s. One of the best ERA in World Series history. Strike people out. Very intimidating. The great Bob Gibson. The late great Bob Gibson. Get the ball to him. Lights out. Think that throughout his career, he won about maybe 24, 25 games. We had a lot of strikeouts. You got Ferguson Jenkins, Blackman. Don't get credit to it. He had over 3,000 strikeouts. A lot of people don't talk about him. I think he died. I don't know. His name was Ferguson Jenkins. Need to look him up. Over 3,000. Over 3,000 strikeouts. But he played losing teams and stuff like that. You know? But get back to McCaff. McCaff ran with J.C. Owens back in 1932. But he took a different route, though. He started getting into politics and stuff. And he always want to run to be a congressman in Chicago, and he did well in Chicago. Um, he did well in Chicago politics and stuff. But he was like one of the few that helped create the Black Caucus. He's one. He's one. You can look it up. He's one of co-heads. And I believe the other one is Shirley Chisholm. She was a congresswoman in New York. It's her or Barbara Jordan. It's either of them two. But I know it's a black woman. Okay. Also be so gotta put some respect on his name. I think he passed away at 77. McCaff. Another one. Look up. No, y'all can go ahead, man. I got a few minutes. I'm cutting it short. Everything. So in case if I'm gonna do a late one tonight, I'll be well rested, and I want people to come on the panel. Okay, if I'm going to do it. No. Alex Haley, W.E. Du Bois, Elijah Muhammad. No? Yes, Dizzy Gillespie. Very underrated jazz great. Very underrated. Very knowledgeable. Now to write music. Everybody look at his trombone he played, but excellent. The Onlyest Monk. One of the best pianists ever. The late great Miles Davis. Miles Davis, no joke. He the first jazz player that helped fuse the R&B. 1969, Bitches Brew. Check that out. He fused it. Come find out, it was success. Bitches Brew. You check that out. And at that time, Miles been in the game for I think about 22, 23 years, something like that. 69. Fused it. Also, Miles Davis was on heroin real bad. But he kicked the habit and he did no drugs again. And then he got back on his career. Great things. Took off. So us as black men, we very resilient. Back then it was too. There's quite a few had done drugs. And they kicked the habit and went on to have greater their career. Had greater their career. Duke Ellington. I know people don't remember, but the late great Norman Harris, the guitarist of Mother, Father, Sister, and Brother, Sounds of Philadelphia, went on to having something, Yeah, the late great Norman Harris, man. He wrote a lot of hits. He was part of producing and songwriter team. Baker Harrison Young. They was very young. They was very young at the time. They started writing. They had their own production company and songwriting company. They was writing hits. Sounds of Philadelphia and other people. They producing other people, arranged people. Baker Harrison Young. Look them up. I think the only one that's living is Young, Earl Young. Ronnie Baker, he passed away of cancer, I believe that's in 1990. And like I said, Norman Harris, he passed away in 86. They wrote some great hits, and also Norman Harris, he formed his own company too back in the mid-70s. The Harris Machine. Oh, that's when they with the Salsa Orchestra. Oh man, they wrote some crazy hits, man. You still hear the Philly sound, but oh man, you hear that Congo sound, you hear the Spanish sound. Oh man, they wrote some hits, man. Oh my God, they wrote some hits, man. Woo, creative. Oh my God, because they was with Philadelphia International with Gamble Huff, but the royalties coming, they was getting the royalties, so they left, man. So the whole base went, they left, and then they formed. Then Gamble Huff formed another MFSB, and that's back in '78. Maurice Dell, what's good, homie? I ain't see you in a minute. You know, yeah. And then and then after that, they pick up, they locked off. You know. They got some more songwriters. They had songwriters back then, but they stepped up. You know, that's when you got Ain't No Stopping Us Now, We on the Move. You know, but McFadden and Whitehead. But probably people don't know McFadden and Whitehead been out like 11, 12 years before that. Yeah, you know, they came up the ranks of Philadelphia. And then so when Gamble Huff first, they had Mermaid Records. I forgot who they backing it was. Kind of find they never really made it. That kind of folded, and then they did the CVS Records. They said they would back them up, and that's when they formed Philadelphia International back in '71. And then the OJs back then, they had the OJs back then, like in about 2-3 years before that. So they brought them along, and they brought the other ones, you know, like the ones I was telling you about. Then they start forming the MFSB. That's when the MFSB was really formed, because I think it was another group. And then they was the family, and then Philadelphia International come in, you know. That's when the MFSB was born. That's back in '71, and they started banging out hits, man. And then at the time, they were just like a band. Then they really formed as later on as an orchestra. You know, Sounds of Philadelphia was no joke. Woo! That's one of my favorite sounds and stuff. They did a lot. They did a lot to the game. They still don't get the credit they deserve either. They don't get the credit they deserve. You know, they were a lot of hits. And they was requested of other record labels. Oh, they was requested. You know, and even some MFSB players, they were also writing hits too. Some of them, I think they would have their own record label too. I think Bobby Eli, he's still out there. He ain't black, but he still living. He's white. He had his own record label stuff. But they were the blacks. Oh my God, they was hip. So, but I'm just giving y'all a little history on that and everything. Mo. But it's a lot, man. It's a lot in my head. Luther Vandross, the late great Luther Vandross. He was with a lot of people don't study. For a few years, he was a backup singer for Chic. If you go back in '78, listen, Happy Man. There's other records you hear in the background, but you really want to hear him. He was the lead singer of Happy Man. I should have posted that in the chat too. It was on my mind too. But the late great Luther Vandross. Yeah. He was a lead singer of Happy Man. Go look it up. I won't lie to you. 78 Chic. I forgot the LP though, but put Happy Man, and you will hear him. And also, he was the president of Patti LaBelle's fan club back in the mid-70s. He was the president. Yeah. The late great Luther Vandross. So we gotta black people in this today need to put some respect the black man existence in the past. Need to put some respect on it. Y'all be talking greasy about these black men in the past. But they built, served, they did a lot of things to get where we at right now. And put some respect on them. And that's all I want to do. Please like, subscribe to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. You see the tickets right there. Cash App is $ capital JT 53000. Also paypal.me / all in caps JT Black 53. You want to donate, that'd be very much appreciated. And please put some comments. Yes, James Brown. Yes, Joy. James Brown. Put some comments on the 2 lives I did earlier. Put some comments on it. Got to get the aneurysms. Got to get my aneurysms up. The more you get it up, be better for us. Right? So I want to thank y'all so much. I just want to put some respect. Yo, Stevie Wonder. Yes, but he's still living though. Joy, he's still living. But we count him in. We count him in. We were my mom's though Quincy Jones. He by like it close his 90s. Quincy Jones, yeah. But it's no problem, Joy, no problem. But I just want to do this because I hear us black people throughout the years, y'all don't respect black men. Y'all don't respect his existence. You don't respect his contributions. And even in this space, y'all don't. It doesn't make a difference, Joy. It doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. Gotta put some respect on him, man. Nah, I can't do that. I can't let that happen. But on behalf of, I was gonna get on and do the panel. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I'm a little tired and everything. I don't feel like do the patience by people. No, I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna keep it like that. But y'all have been so supportive in the chat. Greatly appreciate y'all. Give me some bangers. Woo! Give me some bangers. And again, Joy, thanks for your compliment. Very much appreciate. I really appreciate. I really enjoy this. I might do another one like this. How about that? If I do another one like this in the near future, let me know, and I could make this part 1. If you want to do it, but I'm letting you know right now, we gotta stick to it. We gotta stick to the subject. We gotta stick to it. So if y'all want me to do another one, let me know. I could do the panel. I can do the panel. But we gotta stick because there's a whole lot we can name. So just let me know. All right. On behalf of my channel, The Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the #1 grinder. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. If I'm going to go on, it's going to be between 11 o'clock or 12:30. If I go on tonight, I was thinking about put the The link got to get on the panel, but I don't think I ain't gonna do it. I'm probably sending out through email and stuff like that. But if I'm gonna go on, it's gonna be between 11 o'clock or 12:30. Okay. So anybody that is traveling home onto your destination, if you travel by yourself in group, please take extra precaution because the climate out there is real and it's crazy, and we do not want nothing to happen to y'all. Again, Sheila had lost her brother a few days ago. I had lost my second oldest brother last Wednesday, not this Wednesday past, but the Wednesday before that, early Wednesday morning. I had lost my second oldest brother, the advocate. That is in the I did a special on him, so I want you to go on the go to my channel, check that out, put some comments on that. Also, I did JT is all about. I did that earlier. Put some comments on that. Put some likes on that. Also, we did a good one. Me and brother Shango. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Y'all gonna need to go check it out. Excellent information. He came to my channel. He agreed on. We knocked that out and everything. And I gave you this. So who knows? I might give you a fourth one. I don't know. It depends how I feel. Let me see how I feel first. And you see what's. If not, I might do it tomorrow night. I don't know. It really depends. But you never know. But let me see how I feel tonight. But if it's gonna be, it's gonna be between 11 o'clock, 12:30. Give and take, okay? But thank y'all so much for participating in this. Very much appreciated and everything. And this one is Ghost. Stay blessed. Until next time. This one is Ghost. Stay blessed. Peace to y'all and your families. Stay blessed.